Thank you. My name is Glenn Archambault. I'm from Phoenix. I do not agree or disagree with this project. What I do disagree with, though, is the expenditure of the funds that are being considered. I think in the given economy right now, this should be given a much longer time frame and this be more thoroughly thought over. The funds that we're going to spend on this could be better spent elsewhere in the economy or in the state. I know that the funds are designated for this specific purpose, but all things considered, I think we should rethink what we're doing with that money. This is a substantial amount of money. One of the questions I'm going to let a couple of you guys comment on this. I'm very familiar with projects of this nature, and I've never seen anything operate on this type of time frame. This seems to be beyond an accelerated time frame. I don't think that's a reasonable place to be, because personally I could probably take this into a courtroom and beat the pants off you. To be honest with you, I'm not giving you a bad time, but I got to hear an answer to why we're on that time frame.
Okay, thank you. And I think John Weil is probably first to answer that.
I've been doing transportation work for 15 years, building roads, and I've never built a project this fast either. As I mentioned, the challenge with this project is time, and it is extremely fast. It's not a time frame that I asked for, certainly, but the money that was given to us was economic stimulus funds. Whether you agree with that or not, it's not something I'm going to debate, but those funds were provided to us with a deadline. The Fed said all these funds have to be spent by this date. The stated purpose is when people back to work, I have to spend the funds by that date. So that's the reason for the time frame, and I couldn't agree with you more. This is extremely fast and extremely tight. The way that we're dealing with that is we put together this design-build contract, and we'll see what we get. And if all the bidders come back and they say none of us can get it done by that date, well, then we know we have a problem. But we're going to see what we get back.
Okay, I'm going over here. This gentleman, and check it right here. Okay, and then who had their hand up over here? We'll go back over.
Otis Swisher.
We're just going to keep moving back and forth.
On North Foothill Road, Medford. I think they should remove the dam. The removal, however, should be only a part of your planning. I think you should start now to solve the numerous problems that opening that stretch of river will bring. It has a wonderful wildlife area. You seem to be talking about that. But problems of drift boats that never were there before because they couldn't take out. Problems of jet sleds that go down now very slowly and fish and then roar back through. Could make it like the lower river in Agnes. For a person who's waiting, that could be a problem. Restroom facilities. Farther down the road, time-wise, you may want to consider, and this should be in the planning area now, of another takeout down farther, because the present takeout has, what, position for 4, maybe 5 trailers at the most. You have no rest facilities. All of these things need to start now. You should learn from the committee who talked about the narrowness of the road. What was that, 2 years, 3 years in their planning? And all of these things will take time. So get started, get the committee, and go to it.
Thank you. Now, next will be over here. Who wants to be next? Right here.
I'm Roger King. On your regulation slide, it had DSL on it. So you're going to be talking to DSL in regard to this process pretty quick, probably. One of the questions I had in regard to it is the state deemed the Rogue River navigable a year ago this June, and it's in litigation presently and will be probably for at least a year or more into the future. And I just wondered if that had anything to do with what you're doing, because the state basically owns the river bed, the Rogue River bed, the land under the river, and what will that cause in this whole endeavor, if any?
Okay. Craig, is there litigation involved?
Well, I've been in litigation since last June when it was in house.
Yeah, Roger, I
Lawsuit that people have been on quite several years.
right. I think that the removal of the dam, you know, the stream bed, the flow of the road, you know, the center of the stream is not going to change much. The stream bank will change somewhat, but one of the things about this area that's perhaps a little bit, makes it a little easier, is that a lot of it's publicly owned. A lot of the land is publicly owned. And so, the shoreline will change, but I'm not sure what the effect will be as far as that litigation that you're talking
It
about.
might be good to, follow,
Yeah.
it might be good to have them involved
Wait a
right
minute.
away.
Yeah, speaking of the
Because
mics, so
they haven't been contacted as of yesterday at state lands regarding what's going on. They didn't know what Gold Ray Dam was. So it might be something you'd want to go after right away and get approval.
okay, thank you.
That's what I'm,
They've been contacted regarding the wetland issues, but maybe not the,
the direction.
Just one thing in regard to the question you said, does the rule of the dam have anything to do with the navigability study and the ruling in the state? It has nothing to do with that. I mean, this is strictly an issue based on the things that I presented regarding the liabilities and all the other factors. But I've never heard the board have any discussions about that issue in this dam.
Thank you. The gentleman with the yellow pad is next. And then right here, and then I'm going to watch the cord down there.
Try to stumble over. My name is Ansel Rosecrans. I have lived at this address for more than 74 years on Cane Creek Road in Central Point. To whom it may concern, in regards to proposed Gold Ray Dam removal, I am opposing the removal. First of all, this is an important historical site. Second reason, my family have enjoyed this beautiful wetland. I believe is the most critical habitat wetland in the entire Rogue River Valley. Our families have enjoyed duck hunting, bird watching, blackberry picking, and wonderful cutthroat fishing we have known for over 50 years. Saving this historical Gold Ray Dam and all outweighs any reason to remove the dam. I am surprised ODFW may condone this removal. This is the only place on the Rogue River where ODFW can accurately count all species of fish. The critical habitat will also be lost forever if the dam is removed. The largest salmon runs in history have gone over this dam. In my opinion, removing this dam is illegal. The county does not regulate the state-owned water. This critical wetland has many species of ducks and geese that nest here, not to mention the other thousands of species that use this wetland as their permanent home. Here are just a few other animals and birds that livelihood depend on this wetland. Mallards, wood ducks, canvasbacks, ruddies, coot, and other non-game birds. Also, there are muskrats, beaver, otter, deer, yes, even China pheasants, and many species of owls, all of which depend totally on this wetland for their survival. Please save this historical dam. I might mention, too, that anybody that's going to vote on the removal should be required a 1-hour flyover in a helicopter before they place their vote on this dam removal. Thank you very much.
My name is Virginia White. I live in Samus Valley, and my question was somewhat like his, with maybe a twist. Are we very certain with the rush to award a bid that the benefits of no dam outweigh the benefits as an historical structure and cultural resources? And